Hello, it's Nofundo here and welcome back to my channel. So one of the comments from my previous video, which was about the HSC careers, was to talk about HSC in the quarantine times or lockdown times and beyond. Is it still a viable career to be in, or is it going to be affected by the changes that are brought in by the COVID-19? So I just took this time to use that comment to build this new video, and hopefully you will enjoy it, and comment and let me know if you want more information or any more questions. So at this point in time, the health and safety professionals are getting involved in supporting the workers that are viewed as essential workers that are continuing to do work in your organizations. And in doing so, it is just one point that just shows that we do have a role to play. So what has this COVID-19 done to our workplaces? It has caused us to review our policies, put new ways of working, put controls in place, and all of those controls are done by the HSC professionals. We look at the controls for health itself, so because we want to screen your people, so who must look after that screening, who must do the screening itself? That is where the health and safety people come in. So just to break it down a little bit further, you want to test your people. We know how to test people. You have to take the temperatures, you have to do the physical screening, and that's where the medical health practitioners come in to ensure that the people that are coming back to work, or people that are there continuously, are maintaining what we are trying to provide as guidance. So in terms of providing PPE, for example, we as health practitioners, as well as safety, depending on the organization, how you separate PPE, is it under health or is it under safety, but we must ensure that we source the PPE and brought it to site so that the workers have it available to continue with their duties. Then we also have controls in terms of how do we do work, the social distancing, what things we want to stop and what we want to continue with. If we are going to, if we have like alcohol testing by the gates, do we continue, do we stop? What controls are we putting in place if we do stop? And how do we communicate? That will form part of our signages, the banners that we put up, the emails that you send out, with different ways of communicating depending on your organizations. And as health and safety practitioners, we are the ones who need to come up with all those things, make new procedures, review the old procedures. Are they still talking to the situations that we find ourselves having to work under? We also need to do some assurance checks on the controls that we have put in place, because unless it has been fully embedded to the people, people will be violating or not complying to those rules that we have put in place. So how you do that is you actually go out there and check the social distancing. Is it happening? Are they wearing the PPE that you have provided? Do they even understand what is happening? And that is where you get a chance to coach them out in the field, and also show them how they can execute their job safely while complying with the controls that we have put in for the COVID-19. The other important aspect of the COVID-19 is the mental health. This is important because the workers will be stressed out because of the information that they are getting. If you are not sourcing out proper information and sending it out to the workers, they will be consumed by this wrong information, which will be stressing them and causing panic. That panic will then negatively affect the way that they do their jobs at work. So it is important that we continuously send these communications that shows facts, and by you disseminating this information, you're bringing ease to the workers. So it is also our duty to continuously communicate what controls the government is putting, what more are we doing as a company to ensure that the stress of the workforce is minimized. That is not the only cause, because the other people will also lose their jobs. Others are on short time, depending on what controls the organization is putting in place. But if eventually workers will feel that stress of having more workloads because there's less people on site, or just not being sure where do their jobs stand because of this coronavirus. So it is our job to ensure that we always minimize the impact of stress on the workforce. So besides what is happening in the actual working environment, as the HSCC professional, you can actually make your own profession crisis proof, basically, by ensuring that the courses that you do are online, because it doesn't matter what disease comes. If you are online, you can always continue. You can also take your skills online. For example, if you are a professional in terms of safety, and you have a passion for training in safety, you can still train online. You can put up your channel just like I have. You can always build your own YouTube channel. You can have a website. And there's so much that you can do online to ensure that you continue to work whether there's a crisis or there's no crisis. And in this way you can ensure that the employment just keeps going. There's so many people who say, I am in this HSC, but I haven't had a job in the past year or so. I've never worked, I've trained in this, that, I don't have a job. Just find your passion and go online, and that is how you will build your own reputation, as well as build your own money. So besides the channels and the websites, you can actually take the books that you read, because I'm sure as a safety professional or HSC professional, you're reading certain books. All those books, if we are in the 4IR, everyone is trying to do everything online. So those good books that you are reading, we're trying to convert them to ebooks. So if you are a professional and you know exactly what you're talking about, you can actually convert the books into e-learning. And if you have a passion for it, it gets better, because you know exactly what you're reading and what you're talking about. So you obviously need to invest into this e-learning thing. You can get voice coaching, you can invest in a good mic, building a studio, whatever that you have to do to make sure that your work online continues. And whatever crisis come, you will continue to do the work that you're passionate about, and you continue to get paid in doing what you like as well. So that is how you ensure that during the COVID-19 crisis, you continue as an HSC professional and beyond. Because once you start, once your channel is out there, once your website is out there, then the opportunities are endless. It is up to you how far you want to take it. It is up to you how much you want to get paid. Then the next question will be, why should I do this? You're already doing it. There's so many people doing it. Let me tell you something. There is so many people with HSC channels, but not all of them are there for the same reasons. There's people with very good content for the past 4 years, but it's only got 4 views because they don't care about that content. They just put it out there. But if you are there because you don't have a job, you're gonna drive it. You're gonna make sure that it pays you. You're gonna make it your business. So there's enough room for everybody. Don't worry about who's doing it, and if there's room for you. If that mattered, we wouldn't have Pick n Pay because there's ShopRite. So I hope you get the idea. So if you want to do the channel, it's just that simple. You should don't worry about the equipment. If you can check out my first video, you will see what I'm talking about. If you wait for things to be perfect, you'll never start. Just start with what you have, get good information, research, and just put it out there and see how it goes. With regards to voiceovers and changing material to e-learning, it's the same. Just get a good mic, sit back, and go out there and take those auditions. It's all online. With regards to the voiceover gigs, to convert books to ebooks, you can go and Google the Voice Pioneers, ACX, and just check out all those websites. That's where you can go in there, audition, choose books that are within your career, because it's easier, you know, when you talk about things that only we will know in the HSC, so it becomes much easier to translate those books. So just go out there and look for these online gigs and audition, and you'll be successful, I promise. With regards to HSSC beyond COVID-19, I don't think anybody can be sure what's going to happen beyond this corona crisis. But we are sure that there's going to be changes. There's already changes. That is one thing that we are sure of. And whether we are infected or not, we're all going to be affected by the impact that this corona has brought upon us. And it is our duty as HSC professionals to keep our heads in the game and be ready for all the challenges that we can help our organizations with, that we can help our workers with, and also just understanding this is not just a company issue, this is a global issue. We are all in this together. Remember, we also have our professional membership boards. That is where, as HSC professionals, we can always talk to each other, collaborate on other issues. So you can always talk to those people. Maybe somebody out there has already done a risk assessment on something. You can just always talk to those people that you registered with and see if you can collaborate in solving certain problems. Don't just sit in your corner. It's a global pandemic. We are all in this together. I hope you enjoyed the content of this video, and remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you never miss any of my exciting topics that you have suggested in my previous video. There's more to come, you'll see. Thank you.